Right. Good morning, Joanne.
Good morning, Marcy.
Look at what I prepared for myself today. Hold please while I take my little unicorn out.
Got some unicorn tea?
I do, but look, my next right
Your
dream.
next right
Hi.
dream.
And I decided to use this mug today because of who we're going to talk to today.
Who are we talking to today?
To my friend Hailee Gardner, which I went to coaching school with her.
Yeah.
So she is a life coach as well, but I wanted to chat with her, introduce her to you because she lived in Italy for a while and we have big plans to go to Italy.
Yes.
And I'm using this mug because it all started back in the day when we heard
Yes.
about it's actually a thing to go live somewhere for a while. Not just go visit, but actually like
Yeah.
live there.
I'm excited to talk to her, see how she did that and all that stuff.
Yeah. So yay. So she's going to be your friend now.
Yes.
All right. Here is our friend, Hailee Gardner. Hey, Hailee.
Hi, how are you?
I'm trying to figure out how to get the screen so we're all three on here. There. How's that? Oh, it doesn't even, you don't see your own screen the way you set your screen up.
Yes.
I'm trying to set it up all perfect for you.
Yes, I got it. It's good on my end.
You set yourself off.
I see everyone.
See everyone. So this is great.
Well, this is my friend Hailee, Joanne, and she spent some time in Italy. So we're gonna introduce you to our fans, Hailee.
Okay.
And we have this dream of going to Italy, and it started years ago, right? We have this idea that we want to go live there and become part of the community and maybe learn some Italian and maybe learn how to cook a little bit and just become part of the community and become Italiano.
Italiano. I love this dream. I love this so much for you guys.
So we thought it would be fun to chat with you because you've lived there. So
Yes.
you want to share your story a little bit with Joanne so she can get up to speed?
Of course. Yeah, so I did. I lived in Italy. I lived in northern Italy, and I lived there for just shy of 2 years. I lived in three different cities in the north, so Torino and Milano, and then a little city called Bergamo, which is kind of in between Venice and Milan. And so I spent my like 21-ish months up there. And then I just traveled. I lived there, but then I just traveled down to the more the southern part of Italy, and I loved every bit of it. I still feel like my heart is in Italy. I feel like it's just the people are incredible, and obviously we know it's beautiful, but the culture, the language, the people, all of it combined is just like, to me, it's like perfection.
I feel the same way. Right? I felt like I was Italian and it called me back. I knew I would be back. I knew I would.
Yeah. How did you, what was your journey to do that? How did you decide to just, I mean, do you have ties to Italy or?
No, so I actually was a missionary for my church, and
Oh,
I didn't get to choose. I was fortunate enough that Italy was chosen for me.
oh,
Um, and so my church had told me that that's where I would go and be spending my time as a missionary. And so like 3-ish months before I went, I took a really intense like Italian course and learned as much Italian as I could. And then I just went. And It was so amazing and so wild. And I really didn't know anything. As soon as I touched the ground in Milan and I heard everybody talking, I was like, yeah, I didn't learn this language. This is not what I learned.
Like that's probably the magic. I mean, getting there and living there, being with the people, and kind of forces you into asking for food, or what the
Totally.
bathroom is, or all those things.
Totally.
You
Yeah,
know,
I had to learn it. I just had to like hit the ground running, literally.
Yeah.
Hailee, I don't think I told you this, but my son actually served a mission as well.
I did not know that.
Yeah, in Missouri.
In Missouri? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's amazing.
So while he was there, he was part of a deaf community, and that was his
Yes.
big thing. So when he came back, that's what he wanted to learn. And now he's a speech pathologist.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild? Like, so he's fluent in sign language and now like he gets that is incredible. That was a dream of mine too. I ended up learning Italian and Spanish and I'm a
Wow.
language tutor and teacher, but sign language, I have always had this pull to learn sign language. I can do the alphabet. That's it.
I know A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A.
Hey, that's
A.
it.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
I took
Oh,
sign
that's so
language
cool.
too.
Oh, you
I
did?
did in college, and I really liked it as well because it's so much like facial and the way to express. It's like,
Yes.
wow.
Joanne, we
Beautiful.
didn't know that about you. You were like
Yeah.
full of secrets.
It was just
That's,
one class, but I really did like it.
that's serious. That's so incredible. It's such a beautiful language. I mean, it's considered a language, right? But it's so beautiful because you're right about the expressions in your face and you use every part of you, right? Yeah, I love it. That's so cool. I had no idea, Marcy. That's awesome.
So, Hailee, you do all the things. You you are a tutor and you're a life coach because that's how I met you.
Yes.
So, what are the other things that you do? What,
Oh gosh. I
you're a
mean,
mother.
Mother.
I am a mother. I have two little ones. My oldest is actually named after the Trevi Fountain in Rome. So my daughter's name
Oh,
is Trevi,
oh, oh, I love that.
which is fun. So I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. I tutor. Yep, I tutor. I had my own private tutoring business for Spanish and Italian, which I actually just set aside because now
Mm.
I am a life coach. I got certified with Marcy and now I'm doing the life coach thing, which is amazing.
Look at you,
Ah,
living your dream. You have all the choices. You get to do whatever you want.
It's so awesome. It really is. Like, yeah, no, it's so great. Living the dream. I love that because when you were both like telling me about this, like this dream to go to Italy, I'm like, yes, like live your dreams. Why not? Why not do this? There's no reason.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because instead of having it on our someday list, oh, someday, someday, but then it's like, what stops you from just doing it now? Start
Now,
do it
yes.
now. So yeah.
Just do it now. I love it so much. Oh, it's just if I could live vicariously, I just am imagining all of the wonderful experiences you'll have. It's going to be amazing.
Well, do you have any suggestions for us?
I do. Okay. So, few things that you may or may not know, but things that I wish I would have known when I got there was pickpocketing is huge.
Oh,
Huge, huge, huge. I got pickpocketed. I don't even know how many dozens of times.
what?
Now this is typically more in the bigger cities, but it happens all the time, and it's mostly on public transportation.
Oh,
Oh,
So if you have a backpack, a bag, a purse, you always want to keep it in front of you with the zipper right where you can see it, because the pickpocketers that are typically from surrounding countries are amazing. They're amazing at it.
Oh my goodness.
It's like a production. Like somebody will be like, "Oh, you have something on your shoulder." And he's
Oh,
brushing your shoulder, and the other guy is taking your phone out of your pocket.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So that's one thing. For the bigger cities, if you are doing public transportation, standing at the subway, anything like that, just make sure you don't have anything in your pockets and everything you have is in front of you, not behind you.
So when did you realize somebody had taken something?
Oh, it wasn't usually until like I got off at the subway and I was like reaching in to grab
And it was
whatever, my phone or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
somebody took your phone.
Oh, like 3 times
oh
somebody
my
took my
goodness.
phone. I had my wallet taken. I had my water bottle taken. I mean, they,
Why do you want a water bottle? Are you that thirsty? I'll buy you a drink.
I know. It's very sad. There's actually quite a bit of the Italians will call them gypsies. That does have a very negative, that name has a very negative connotation, but they are considered in the Italian culture, they are gypsies. They're typically from Romania, Albania, and they come there, and that's just what they do is they beg, that they ask for money, and they do a lot of pickpocketing. And so it's
Mm.
yeah, it's really unfortunate, but it does happen. It happened all the time, and it still happens. Pickpocketing is like the thing. Again, mostly in the bigger cities, but it is, I will see it. I would see it all the time. And this is the sign. So if you're sitting on the subway and somebody has their hand resting, and if they are doing this across from you, that means you're being robbed right now. So if you
What?
see somebody doing this, that means,
What?
yeah.
Oh,
And
so
that's
somebody's signaling to you that
somebody is signaling to me that somebody is stealing from me right now. And they just do this because they don't want to like make a big production. They don't want like
oh,
there to be any issues, like that could be
nothing
violent or
against
not.
you. They just don't want to. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
just just a very like subtle. And when you see that, you just immediately start checking. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's one thing. Um, but I was very naive. I was very young. And so had I known that, as soon as I realized it was never an issue. Like once I realized I'm just going to put my backpack in front of me and I would just cross my arms over it like this and it was fine. It wasn't a big deal. But
Yeah.
it's a tourist thing for sure for those who don't know. So,
I do remember when we were in Florence, the lady, where we had stayed, she
mhm.
did warn us, and other people warned us too, watch out for pickpocketers. So I think we were pretty vigilant, but still,
Yeah.
it's like a
Yeah.
little nerve-wracking, like you have to always be on watching around.
Yeah. I mean, just as you're sitting there waiting for the subway, I would just like, oh, check my pockets, just throw everything in my bag and then done. It like became a second nature. And so, yeah. So that was probably one of the bigger lessons that I learned. The
Okay.
other suggestion that I have is to make as many mistakes as you can with the language and look as silly as you can, because that's how you learn a language.
Okay.
So for those who I was with that felt really insecure and they didn't want to make the mistake and they didn't want to sound or say something wrong, they didn't speak. And that's how you learn. And speak with little kids, because little kids are so honest that they'll say, no, that's not how you say it. And they'll correct you.
Yes.
So say the words, even if you don't know. Italians find it very endearing when people are trying to speak their language, because they're so used to tourists that just come and don't really speak Italian. If you are trying, they love it and they will want to help you and they will engage with you. So even if you know 3 words, say them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should we
You'll
So
should
learn.
We
You
should
should
come up
learn
with a
something.
plan. We should come up with a plan, like when we're there, like, okay, let's learn one phrase a day or
Yes.
something.
Yes. One phrase a day and use it all day. All day. Yes, I love that idea. Just get really good at it and just talk to people. Just be like, buongiorno. And if that's it, great. Like, and they might start spouting off to you and you can just, oh, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, scarpetta. The one word I remember, I loved scarpetta. Am I saying it? Am I
You are
remembering it right?
scarpetta.
Scarpetta.
Yeah.
Scarpetta.
That's a great word.
Isn't it?
It's a great word. Yes. Scarpetta. Buongiorno. Scarpetta. Perfect.
That's the extent.
No,
Yeah.
but that's like I said, like if you walk around with like a dictionary or Google Translate, I ask questions all the time, directions all the time. And I would just like type it in and like try to say it to them or I would show it to them and a lot of them really thought it was endearing. A lot of them are very they love Americans, they love American culture. So it's kind of like you're a celebrity and learning to speak their language, they just appreciate. So, yeah.
Aw. Well,
So try, even if you sound silly, just do it.
so what about, so you said you were in Milan. What was
Mhm.
your favorite place that you ever went in Italy?
Oh gosh. So
Do you have
hard.
a favorite?
You know, I have to stick with like where I lived because that's where I got to know the people. Milan will have a place in my heart because of the Duomo. Are you familiar with the Duomo?
Not the history or anything.
Okay. Have you heard of the Duomo or seen pictures before? It's just a large
Yeah,
Catholic cathedral in the town center.
that's
And
where
it
the
is,
Andre Bocelli did his
yes,
Easter thing, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I actually got to see Andrea in concert 3 times at the
Oh my
Duomo while I was
goodness.
there.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Amazing. Oh my gosh, I
amazing.
love him so much.
Yes.
Yeah, love the Duomo. I love the Duomo. Obviously, Venice is amazing. Um, I will say Bergamo, where I lived. Bergamo is a very hidden treasure that not a lot of people know about in Italy. And it is beautiful and breathtaking. And it is like not super well known, but it is gorgeous. So that is a little plug for, and it's Bergamo, Bergamo.
Bergamo. So, and that's where?
So if you're in Milan and you take a train directly just across to Venice, it's like right in the middle. You kind of like would pass through it. Yeah, so you've got Milan, Lake Como, if you're familiar with Como, which is a little bit in the north. And then Bergamo is just east of Milan, just west of Venice. So if you have the time, it is a treat. And another thing I wanted to mention was everybody knows Italian in Italy, but each region has its own dialect. And a lot of people don't know that. So in Milan, they speak Milanese. In Bergamo, they speak Bergamasco.
Hmm.
And it is an actual dialect that is different from all the other regions and that doesn't sound anything like Italian. And someone in Milan will have no idea what somebody is saying in Bergamasco.
Oh,
Really?
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very interesting. So that was also confusing for me as I was learning Italian because I would be like, what typically the older generation is what would speak it, but there was a woman on the train that kept saying, "Ooh, fa frec," and I'm like, I do not know what she's saying. Finally, somebody explained to me, fa frec is a way to say it's cold in Bergamasco, but in Italian you say fa freddo.
Oh, wow.
She was saying fa frec, but it's fa freddo. And I realized I was like, oh my gosh, like, so she was speaking in her dialect.
Oh,
Each region, each little area has its very own dialect. So it's just cool and good to know. And they all sound very, very different from each other.
Wow.
We need another dictionary. We're gonna need like 5 dictionaries.
You really won't. It's mostly the older
Mhm.
elderly people who speak it. The younger generations, they'll speak it to their grandparents, but they're not speaking it day to day. The day to day is the Italian, but you will if you're striking up a conversation with a cute little grandma on the bus. She might jump into dialect with
Oh.
you, and it's just fun. So don't doubt yourself. There is a chance that you are learning Italian. You're just hearing a dialect.
Ah.
Yeah, so that was fun. That was fun to learn a little bit about Bergamasco. Another thing that shocked me was they do not have ice. Are you aware?
Oh.
Hey, listen, they did mention that while we were there. The Americans that want to put ice in
Oh.
everything.
Yep.
Like, that's
Not a thing.
You
Not a
don't
thing.
put ice in your drinks.
No. It's like almost
Remember that.
sacrilegious.
Ah.
It's a no-no. So you will not find ice very, very rarely. Maybe restaurants who are used to tourists, American tourists will have it, but most of the time you will not find ice. And to-go boxes are not a thing. You eat your meal, and whatever you don't eat, it goes away. You don't take it home.
Well, listen,
That's-
we didn't have a problem with that.
I know.
because we were
I was
Scarpetta.
thinking that too. I'm like,
Scarpetta.
we never asked for a to-go box. I think
I didn't
we
know
ate
that.
everything.
That's good
Yes.
to know. That's good to
It's
know.
good to know,
It
like
is.
if you were like, oh, hey, I'll just save this for tomorrow for lunch.
Yeah.
They will just look at you like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, we don't have to-go boxes because they are very into you eat now, you eat fresh,
Yeah.
So it's, again, unless they're accustomed to a lot of American tourists, they won't have to-go boxes. So
That's
kind of
good to know.
interesting.
That's good to
Yeah.
know because I do like to do that. And if I'm living there, then I might do that. I might
Totally.
want to do that. So that's good to know.
Yeah, it's different when you're visiting, and that's why I tell you, because when you're visiting a place, you're really not taking to-go boxes.
Right.
But when you're living there and you're like, this would make a great lunch tomorrow, why not, right?
No.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
We'll just have to learn
No
how
to
to
go.
cook it. Cook it for ourselves.
Cook it for yourself,
right.
or bring your own to-go box and just say, is it okay if
Can
I
you
put
do
this in
that?
there?
Can you do that?
I mean, they're throwing it away. So that's what I would do. I'd be like, this is delicious homemade pasta. I'm not throwing this away. Like, I am going
That's a
to have
good
a little
idea.
container and I'm taking it home with me.
Okay. Good idea.
Tricks of the trade. Yeah, you can't waste that amazing Italian food. No way.
Mm-mm.
What was your favorite thing to eat there?
Oh, I loved the pizza. I loved the pizza. The margarita was my favorite.
Mhm.
And this was another thing I was going to mention is go to the side street pizzerias that look kind of like the Dive. Those ones are the best.
All
Those
right.
ones
Yeah.
are the best. And I mean, a pizza and a gelato a day. That's like the rule.
Yes.
I love that.
Pizza and gelato a day. I mean, Italians are not overweight in general. You'll see very few Italians in larger bodies. And it's because I think the ingredients that they use are different and they're walking everywhere. And I don't know, I didn't gain a lot of weight in Italy and I had a pizza and a gelato basically every single day.
It's the new diet plan.
I know everybody's like,
Italy.
pizza, pasta, how, carbs, all these things. And I'm like, maybe it's because I was walking, maybe it's because it's less processed. I don't know, but
It could be that you were like 20 years old.
could have been
Right.
my metabolism. But even then, I mean, you'll see these women there, these older women who maybe their metabolism has probably slowed down with age, and they are like pasta, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and just
All right.
But if you do gain weight, it'll be totally worth it.
But when I went to Italy, I planned to bring home the muffin top. That was going to be my souvenir. Was the muffin top. And I'm proud of it. I've held on to it. It's kept me humble.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So do you know when you're going to be going, or is it still in the works?
Yeah, we're planning on, well, March.
March to May.
Oh, a great time. A great time. Yeah. So one thing in that time, it will still be like a little bit cold in March, and you will hear women, especially if you're walking around, warning you of colpo d'aria, which means hit or contact of the air. And you will see people with scarves and vests on. And Italians believe that if there is cool air that hits your neck, mostly the back of your neck, that it will make you sick. It will cause a stiff neck. It will cause all sorts of problems. And so you will see women that are like this, or even if it's warm outside, but they're on the bus and the windows are open, they're doing this because of this thing that they believe, colpo d'aria, that you will get sick, you will get a headache, you will get a stiff neck if any sort of air hits your neck.
Okay.
Well,
It's very real, very real.
Okay,
bring
we'll
the
have to listen
scarf.
for that.
Bring the
Bring
scarf.
Scarf.
the scarves. It is an imaginative thing that they truly like hold on to, and you'll see it mostly in autumn and spring. But even in like the summer, and they don't have AC, and everybody's like putting the windows down in the bus, and you'll have this cute little old grandma that's like, roll the windows up, like we're all gonna get cold bodaria, and she's like holding on to. So, and they will they feel like it is like their job to warn you. And so they will like come up to you and be like, put something on your neck. Like you're going to get cold podaria. So
Daria, we'll just keep those scarves in our bag.
keep a scarf,
And
a
watch for
vest.
those pickpocketers that are going to steal our scarves.
I know. Oh, it's just amazing.
Scarf.
Just take my scarf. I know it's so funny, but it's beautiful. As you know, you visited Florence. I mean, like, and that's another thing is each area of Italy is so different too. Like Milan is very industrial. I consider it to be the New York City of Italy. It's very industrial. It's not super clean. It's not what you envision when you picture Italy, right? It's just buildings and things like that. But each area you go to is so different, and each area they are very proud of their region. And so in Milano they'll say that like this is where the real pasta is, but then if you go to Tuscany they're like this is really where the true Italian pasta is. And there are rivalries. I mean they are rivaling with pizza, with pasta, and they are very proud of their region. And so a lot of times if you ask an Italian where they are from, before they say Italy, they will say their region. Like I am from Rome. Oh, you're from Italy. I'm from Rome. I'm from Milan. I'm from Torino. Like they identify more with their city than they do with Italy, which is funny.
That's very interesting.
Were you able to travel around to other cities while you were in Italy?
Yes, I was. I was fortunate enough. I moved to Spain after that to study at a university there, and I would fly back to Italy and visit, which is great. If you're familiar with Ryanair, is the European airline that you can fly to different European countries for like $25. It's amazing.
Wow.
So for $50 or $25, you can fly all over Europe. But I would. So yeah, I went back and I visited Rome and I visited Florence and Verona And yeah, I got to go and see the different cities that I didn't live in while I was there, which again is just amazing. Again, like the southern half and the northern half are completely different, but so beautiful in their own ways.
Mm.
We could just
Mm.
hop a plane and drive and fly to Spain
Yeah, for literally under
for like
probably
Oh my
$50.
gosh.
Can we just put that in our itinerary?
Yes,
Who
Yeah.
knew? Who
Oh my
knew?
Barcelona.
I was gonna say Barcelona was another one. Like you could quickly take a train to France or whatever, but if you wanted to get to Spain really quickly for super cheap, Ryanair,
Oh,
Ryanair, Ryanair, all the way every weekend. I was just, yeah, it was great. I would totally
Oh,
suggest it.
okay.
oh,
Well, to-do list. Add that
yeah.
to my to-do. Visit Spain. You know,
Yeah.
Yes, you
my
Oh,
Monday,
should.
my Monday to-do list. Visit Spain.
Visit Spain. Now that is what I'm saying is a dream right there. Like on your to-do list, visit Spain. You made it.
My goodness.
oh.
Oh, shoot. Hmm. Well, you've blown my mind, Hailee.
Well, I wanted to like just I was like, what fun things would I have loved to have known that, like you could read about lots of things, but I'm like, no ice. That was a game changer for me because I like my ice.
Yeah, well,
It's
you know
like,
what?
oh,
I came back and now I don't put ice in my drinks. And they say that that puts out your fire, your internal fire. Right?
yes, totally. They also do like a drastic change in temperature in your body. They do again with like the colpodaria, they feel like that weakens your immune system. And
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
when they gave us drinks, if we'd go to a friend's house in the middle of summer and we were sweating to death, they would give us lukewarm water because they thought if it was cold, like we would get sick. And I was
Oh.
like, this is not cutting it because we would walk everywhere. I'm like, I just need cold water. But
Mm.
Wow.
they're very healthy people, so maybe I should have listened to them.
That's the trick. Wear a scarf and eat ice cream for dinner. So when you come back here, have you found like a good Italian place to eat?
Yes, I have found a few. So I live in Washington, D.C. now, and there is a lovely, oh my gosh, it's the best. It's called Filomena's. And she's this cute, her name is Filomena. She works in the kitchen, and you walk into this restaurant, which was a house, and she's sitting there making her homemade pasta. You're watching her. And so it is like amazing. It really takes me back to Italy. And yeah, and so it's authentic. It's awesome. So you do find those spots. I mean, you do have your Olive Garden, which I don't know if you know, but Alfredo sauce is not Italian.
Oh,
Oh,
It is
I didn't know that.
not. Yes, so that was very hard. I love Alfredo sauce, and I grew up going to
oh,
Olive Garden. And when I went to Italy, they were like, "What are you talking about?
Oh.
That is not Italian. It's American Italian." So yeah, so you won't find Alfredo sauce in
Oh.
Italy.
so you know the when they make the pasta with the salt and the pepper and the cheese.
Mhm.
That
Mm.
was my favorite. That one was my favorite.
Did you know Trader Joe's actually sells right now a bottle of cacio e pepe, which is the sauce.
What?
Get
Yes,
out of here.
it's new. It's new at Trader Joe's. I just found it last week, and it is pretty close.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty close. So if you all have a Trader Joe's close to you,
Yes.
Yes.
go check it out. Yeah,
Hey,
it's pretty good.
That's good to know. Oh, I might get, I mean,
I think I'm doing that
today.
today too.
Yeah.
Sorry,
To do. Find
my
this
cat is
sauce
making a
in
ruckus.
Spain.
You have Gracie making her
Making a
entrance?
ruckus.
Oh, I didn't even notice. So Joanne and I have been on a mission to find the best tiramisu.
Mm.
That's our mission, is to find the best tiramisu, right, Joanne?
Yes.
In Italy?
Well, we love it. We would have it.
Yes.
Any chance we could get, we'd have it there. And we haven't been able, when we got back, we did a dinner party. And we cooked for everybody, Italiano. We even made tiramisu. And we had tiramisu experts that tasted it and they liked it. So we did a good
Yeah,
job, right,
I
Joanne?
think-
High five.
I think right now your tiramisu is the best.
Oh, really?
Yes. I mean, we've tried other places.
Oh,
Y-
see,
That's
You're-
awesome, Marcy.
you're the-
That's
Yours is the best so far.
what did I say? I think maybe I might be a little Italian.
hey, this is your identity. It's just time to embrace it.
Look, I think it's just the more you know yourself, the more you know, right? It's just coming out. Just Italian.
know,
to me.
Yes. Well, and that's what I was gonna say, because I'm like, I've been very disappointed with the tiramisu, and I have a recipe from one of my dear friends, Luciana, who gave me her recipe from Italy. And so I make it. I make it every year. I make it for Christmas, and it's homemade. It's just better.
Yes.
That might just be the magic sauce.
I think it is.
Maybe.
I think
Yeah.
it is. Mm-hmm.
So did you bring home any of the what are the traditions that do you have traditions that you fell in love with and brought home to your family?
One of the traditions that I love is called the Bufana, which is for little kids, but it's a little witch that you leave your shoes outside the door, depending on the region that you're in, but it's after Christmas. You leave your shoes outside the door, and this little witch, La Bufana, comes and fills your shoes with candy and cleans down the Christmas decorations.
Oh.
That's cute. I like that.
So that was fun. And I came back, and I'm not Catholic, but I love midnight mass for
Mm.
Christmas. And so every year I go to midnight mass because I just love it. I think it's nostalgic for me. I loved doing midnight mass there. And so yeah, that's one thing that I really love to do, is just go and, I don't know, imagine I'm back in Italy and they're speaking to me in Latin, and yeah, but mostly just the homemade pasta. I bought a pasta maker, like the old school pasta maker in Torino, and I make homemade pasta occasionally for my family, and what's better than that, right?
Right.
Right.
I did the same thing. I had to buy one of those pasta makers.
Did you?
Oh,
Good.
we took a cooking class while we were there in Florence, where we went to the market and we learned that you don't touch the food. They pick it out for you. It's not yours until you pay for it and they hand it to you.
Yes.
So we visited the market and the cheese shop. And
Oh,
is that it, Joanne? Did
I
you
think
visit
that was
them?
it. Yeah, the getting the vegetables and the cheese. Yeah.
And we went back and made pasta, and we cooked with garlic with the shirt on, because apparently that's a thing. You were not
What?
aware of that.
No.
We're gonna teach you something, Hailee. Here we
Teach
are.
me.
The Italian that taught us, he taught us to throw the garlic in with the shirt on. So it's translated the shirt on. So like the little
The peel.
peel.
Yeah.
And Italians or Americans make food really garlicky, where apparently they don't do that.
I had no idea.
Maybe that's his Italian way. that
Hey.
he's sharing with us.
It's a Florence thing, maybe.
The Florence thing,
but I love it. So you throw it in with the peel.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then you
How
can take it
interesting.
out, so it's not
It's
so
not
super
so garlicky. Huh. Hey, if I don't have to chop garlic, I'll try it. 'Cause I'm not a fan of chopping garlic. How funny, how interesting. Yeah, I had no idea. That's new
Yeah.
to me.
Well, look, we're learning from each other here.
Yay! And you guys are going to come back when you come home and you're going to teach me all the things, all the other things that you were like, wait, why didn't she tell us this?
Well, look, Hailee, we'll just have to meet with you again when we come back.
Yes, please do. Think of me. Oh, you're going to have the best time. And I want to hear all about it when you come back.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you
Mm.
for taking time out of your busy schedule today to chat with us. It's been such a pleasure.
Yes, it's been so fun. Thank you for letting me talk about my favorite place in the whole world. Like I said, my heart is just still there. So I'm so thrilled for you to get to go. I can't wait for you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you. Thank you for
You too,
coming out.
Joanne.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Well, have a beautiful day,
Yay, you too.
everyone.
Thank you. Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. We'll see you, ladies.
thank you. Bye.